just seeing the test, I was like,
Right.
I started crying. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, life is over. Like, what am I gonna do? I've already made it this far. Like, I can't give up.
Welcome back to Estamos Bien. I think I am Josie.
And I'm Toti, and we're two first-gen sisters who are still figuring it out. And this is the space we've created for you, who is also trying to figure it out with us.
All season long, we've been talking about the things that first gens carry, the pressure, the guilt, the family dynamics, and the stuff that nobody prepares us for. So for our season finale, we wanted to end with someone who did the thing that a lot of people told her she could not do.
She became a mom right after high school, walked into college as a first-gen student with literally no roadmap, and came out on the other side with a Bachelor of Science in nursing. This one's for every woman who's ever been told her timing was wrong.
Julie, welcome to Estamos Bien, I think.
Hello.
Wow.
First and foremost, we want to do a proper introduction. Julie, tell us where you're from and where your parents are from.
I am from Greeley, Colorado, born and raised. My mom is from Durango, Mexico, and my dad was from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Okay. And how do you know us?
I am their aunt.
Guys, this is our aunt. She is our dad's youngest sister.
How far apart are you guys?
A good couple years. He's like, I think 20,
Really?
22, 20.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, that is.
Your mom had to start over.
She did. It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
We made it.
And then Xochitl and Julie are actually how far apart?
1 month.
1 month apart.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
These are my babies, guys. These are literally my children. So I am really excited that for our season finale, Julie has come to share her experience with us.
And we're showing an important person
She's very special.
to you guys. We grew up with her, and I think it's time for the world to see like what you've been through and like what an experience for other people too.
Yeah.
To know that they have hope too,
Exactly. Yeah. So with that being said, we want to just jump in. We want to know, where did you go to college?
I went to UNC here in Greeley, Colorado, not North Carolina. Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
2024.
Okay, so it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Wow,
That's great.
Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah, I just got my email to recertify my nursing license. I'm like, oh my god,
That's crazy.
Do you have to do that every year?
every 2 years,
Every 2 years.
and we have to pay.
How much?
I think around like 100 something. Yeah.
Is it different for every state? Do you know?
Probably. I think no, it's probably similar,
Yeah.
but it might be
Interesting.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what made you want to continue your education? Did you always know that you wanted to go to college?
Yes, I kind of always knew I wanted to be a nurse, and obviously, kind of the only way to do this is go to college.
Yeah.
I feel like ever since I was little, I just liked caring for other people. And like with my parents, like they only spoke Spanish, so I translated a lot of stuff for them medically, and so I think that just piqued my interest in it
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to know, I work with a lot of nurses now. I work in healthcare, and like, your guys' profession is the most respectable. It's so incredibly demanding. And I think that was like the biggest question that I wanted to ask you is like, why nursing specifically? Was it because of your parents, or was it something that happened throughout your life, or why nursing?
I think for sure probably like my parents, and again just like I've always loved to help other people, and I feel like that's just kind of what you hear a lot about, like, oh, nursing is you're helping others when they're like at their most vulnerable and stuff like that. I feel like younger me for sure did not know the demand, like the other part of it, like
Right.
not the sunshines and rainbows of
Right.
nursing. And so now that I'm like actually working, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's can be pretty heavy.
Sorry, you go.
I do want to say you've always academically thrived. Always. There's never been like a moment where I haven't seen you like try your best in school, and I want to know like why. Where did you get that from, and what pushed you to always be good in school?
Okay. So for sure, I think my parents. For sure, my parents, like my dad would always say, like I would be like other people my age would have a job, and he'd be like, no, like stay in school, like you need to focus on school, like if you need anything, like that's what they were here for, like to provide for me,
Yeah.
so that I can still just. And even I remember like at home, like he would do like both of them, like they would help me with my homework, and
Right.
I think that just like encouraged me, like to just stay, to
That's
just work.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Because a lot of parents, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are parents who don't make their kids thrive a lot in school.
Yeah.
I think as long as they're behaving, that's enough for them. But for them to push you,
Yeah.
but in a good way, is great. Like,
Yeah.
those are great parents right there.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah. I like that you say that because there is a difference between I feel like parents who push you to excel in academically in a positive good way, and there are a lot of cases where parents push you to achieve things academically that is very negative, to where it's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of they just make their children feel like this is what they have to do and there's absolutely no other option. Did you feel that at any point?
I was gonna say no. I feel like that's probably why I liked school, because I didn't feel like too much of a pressure where they're like,
Mhm.
you need to get straight A's. They've never ever would tell me that. I think, and then I mean, I just kind of enjoy learning, and like one of my favorite subjects is like math and science, and so obviously that helps a lot.
Yeah, that
Though
makes sense.
to actually.
Dude, yes. Okay. I remember when we were younger and dude, you could like do the las tablas de matemática like from your brain.
I remember her dad like telling her like, okay, what's 10 más 50? Nah, that was it.
No, it was like seis
Like,
por tres and you're like,
And I was like, I don't even know what 2 plus 2 is.
and then he would ask me and I'm like, ask Julie, please skip me.
Yes.
Probably, yeah. I feel like, because I mean, maybe it was like more, like again, no pressure, like just maybe like a game or a bonding time between us, and I feel like that's why.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That
I've
is
never had that kind of feeling towards, yeah, school.
Did your parents, did they go to college?
My dad did not. He actually, I think he dropped out middle school, maybe even elementary, from what I can remember. It's the same, because like they lost their dad, so he had to get out of school to help get a job and help support like his siblings.
Right.
My mom did secretary in Mexico, so I'm not sure. She explains it kind of like university. So I'm not sure if it's maybe it can equivalent to like a community college here.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah.
But you're the first one in your family to be able to go to college in America and get your degree in America and get your profession in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we kind of want to touch a little bit into becoming a parent because we know that it was unexpected. And it was right after you started or after you finished high school, right?
Actually got pregnant like my last semester of junior year.
Oh, junior year.
And then I
Is it
had
really?
her, yeah, December of senior year. So then
Oh,
I just kind of like set my classes so I could just finish in December, since she was going to be born in December. So I finished like half a year early.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you found out that you were pregnant, was there any moment that you said, "Oh my," like, because at that point you had already planned to go to college.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I was like, yeah,
Was there any point of you that was like, "I can't do this now"?
I think for sure, like, especially like just seeing the test, I was like,
right.
I started crying. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, just those thoughts, that come up right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, my life is over. Like, what am I going to do? Because a kid is a lot. And so I just thought like it wasn't going to happen anymore in the moment.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did anyone try to talk you out of going to college once you found out you were going to have a baby?
No, but like my partner, like her dad, he just had reservations about it, like just about like who would take care of her. Because I think at the time my mother-in-law was working, and I think that's kind of who we would back then, who we thought would, who we would rely on to take
Right.
care of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like money, like, because then I would go to college and not really work, and he would work, and stuff like that. But it was just like a one time, and then I was like, well, I'm still gonna do it. So
Okay, so it was you. It was you that had decided this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it.
yeah.
May I ask what your partner thought in this process? Did he have any doubts with you going to college and then also having a kid, or like
I think it
what?
was just that initial one while I was still pregnant. Like I told
Uh-huh.
him, like I still want to, I'm gonna go to, like I want to go to college.
Yeah.
And then I think I just told him like, well, like we'll figure it out. Like some, like somehow, some way we'll figure it out. And then he never questioned me ever
That's
again.
awesome.
So
That is awesome.
yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing with just the partner that you choose,
Mhm.
especially is are they going to support like this is what I want to do and I'm going to figure it out. Are you in or are you out?
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
That
Mhm.
I'm really happy that that worked out for you guys cuz that was a big thing. I know that that's something that you wanted to do for a long time and I'm glad that you put your foot down and you were like I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Was there anyone along the way that encouraged you that was like really supportive of like I'll help you figure this out?
I feel like a lot of people in different ways. I think for sure your guys' dad, of course. He was like,
Right.
if you ever need money for it, if you ever need, anything, like he was there. So obviously he showed his support in kind of like a financial way, like verbally stating like he could financially support if I needed it.
I do want to
Um,
say, sorry to interrupt, but I do
no.
want to say, I think my dad definitely chose to support you because he kind of went through the same thing. He
Yeah.
had a child when he was in high school too. So him seeing his own sister, seeing you
Yeah.
go through the similar situation, he wanted to make sure you were safe compared to how he was.
Yeah. Because I remember he wanted to be like, go to radiology
Right.
school. Yeah. So I do. I feel like yeah. Along the way was everyone who like helped take care of Jaslyn. Um, They were all very helpful. My mom, um, my sister-in-law, my aunt, my best friend, um,
So you had a big support
had a
system.
big support system, and I'm like super grateful. Yeah.
And most people think about daycare.
Yeah.
Did you ever consider daycare, even though you have family here? Sometimes people decide, no, that's too much baggage for my family. I think I'll think about daycare. Did that ever cross your mind?
I think, yeah, I do remember like researching and then just seeing like the cost or like
Yeah.
trying to find like, I think in Colorado they have CEN. It's like free early education for like baby toddlers,
Okay.
which is like basically I feel like a daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I can't remember why I never applied or what happened. But I mean, eventually I did get Jocelyn into preschool, and obviously that was free. Like, that one, it's like based on income, so she did go 2 years to that.
Nice.
So that was that
Yeah,
was
that
really
is
good.
awesome.
Mhm.
That is crazy because I did not know how expensive daycare was until my coworkers told me about it. They were spending like $1,400 a month on one kid.
Yeah,
That is insane.
it is crazy. Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes like they'll call her up and be like, "Come get your kid because the kids are sick and we're closing." And I'm like, in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
That is insane.
it's really
It makes it hard for society or like as women who have kids to have a job or to have a career because
exactly.
who's going to take care of your kid?
Exactly.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
That is true.
And luckily I had my support system, my village, and so they were able to take care of her. But like people who maybe don't have family nearby and like all they depend on daycare, like that's like just yeah.
Yeah, that is really hard. So you had a big support system, but was there a time or yeah, like was there a time that you felt alone or was there something that you even having the support system that you felt like you had to completely figure something out on your own?
I think probably just the whole college experience, because I mean nobody in our family knows like how to register for classes, what's a parking pass, or um um the books for certain classes. Like I kind of that was all on me. Like I just kind of had to figure. And I mean, I did have help, which we might talk about, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How did you learn things like FAFSA or financial aid or like advising and deadline? Like, did you go to Google? Did you just look for a friend who went to college?
Mhm.
Thankfully, we have good programs here. So, like from high school, we have a program called Dream Team, and they help first gen students. So they
Oh,
kind of
wow.
help me kind of. I'm pretty sure they were the ones that helped me kind of register or learn a little bit about what it's like registering and apply like register for FAFSA. And then while in college, I was a part of another program called Che, which is also first gen students. And
Wow.
so they helped a lot, like
That's so
how to
cool.
write essays, how to look for more scholarships after you're already in college,
Wow.
how
That's
to reapply for FAFSA. So that was very helpful.
So is this program a Colorado thing? I'm sure like every other state has one,
Yeah.
but is this program specific to like the northern Colorado? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's say that somebody from Greeley is like
Yeah.
watching this and they're like finishing high school. Like, how would they be able to get a hold of that program?
I think Dream Team is in most District 6.
Okay.
So I think they kind of reach out to students, like, I think early on, probably middle school. I'm pretty sure I remember being like reached out like, oh, to be a part of their program.
Okay.
And they kind of started preparing there like for high school, and then from high school they prepare you for college. And then Che Dream Team let me know like there's this in college first gen
Right.
um program that you can be a part of.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you missed out on that people don't really talk about
Um,
in the college experience?
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like this kind of goes like with having a kid young. Like, so I just stayed here in home, like here in Greeley. So I went to college here. So that meant like I didn't have to do like the first year of living on campus. So I missed out on kind of
That's
that
recommended,
experience.
right? I've always heard that like the first year it's best to stay on campus for some reason.
Yeah, I think just so we can get more like accustomed to the life and the
Okay.
classes. Um, and kind of be a little bit more involved, I guess.
Was that hard?
Um, I think yeah, probably a little bit. I feel like yeah, I think it was hard just because yeah, like obviously if they live on campus, they also like get they get like dining credits so they can eat in the dining hall
Oh,
and the
wow.
restaurants they have and stuff like that. Or they go to yeah, the dining hall where they just have like kind of like a buffet type of style. So I didn't really get to experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that part, I feel like the hard part is like maybe for me to help others. Like I can't speak on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
for the most part. And then also just like yeah, just not it doesn't feel like the whole true
Right.
experience of what most people experience, yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What was the hardest part about college that like had nothing to do with classes or with deadline?
So yeah, the hardest part, I feel like working, like other people are privileged that there maybe their parents or grandparents already have a college fund set up for them. So then
Yeah.
on like our off times, like our spring or not really on our spring, but like our summer breaks and winter breaks, I would just find like small jobs to kind of try to help my partner and like our needs and stuff like that. And so I feel like that's kind of the hard part of like then trying to balance work and then I'd have to be like, oh, I have to give my 2 weeks because it just, I could not balance work and school
Right.
and baby all at the same time.
That is true. I do want to ask you a little bit about that because from what I've heard, nursing school is like, it is very heavy. How did you manage to do that and also have a newborn baby?
At least when she was newborn, it was like the prerequisites, which were they're a little bit less heavy than the actual nursing school. I feel like the only class I was like, what is going on? Like I don't understand. Was like biochem. But either way, I mean, just like in those first 2 years, again, my mom like if I was studying, like she would take care of her. Javi would watch her if I needed to study. Or I would study while she was asleep. So I would have some late nights, of course, or a lot of late nights. Um, yeah.
So, what would you do during your most stressful times? How did you take care of your mental health?
And
Did you?
yeah, I was gonna say, and I want to be honest, I did not. It
Yeah.
was like pretty rough. I feel like I mean, I was never diagnosed, but I feel like I probably did have postpartum depression. So like that on top of like trying to handle
That's
school.
so tough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
imagine.
So I feel like honestly, I just held a lot of it in and I just need to be, I mean, I acknowledge it and I need to try to probably figure out some ways to cope with that and reflect back on that time. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Do you think that was the hardest part, starting nursing was postpartum?
Um, Probably, yeah, because I feel like I was just a different person, even I can tell from now.
Right.
Mm.
So,
I wanna know if there was a moment that you said, like, "I'm done, like, this is too much, like, I'm quitting."
no.
Really?
No.
Period, girl.
No, because I think I just kept telling myself, like, I've already made it so far, you know? Like, if I think I probably did have moments of doubt or,
Right.
like, or just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so tired." Like, especially, like, my last year, especially, like, yeah, my senior year and, like, nursing school is just so heavy, so that last year I was, like, already done, like, high school straight to college, and I'm like, I just can't anymore. It's, like, so much information overload. Um, but I was just like, I've made, like, I've already made it this far, like, I can't give up, I can't give up. Yeah.
So what would you say pushed you through those hard moments? Was it your determination to get it done, or was there something else?
I think it was my determination and, like, my baby, of course, like,
Yeah.
I was like, I need to be a role model for her, like,
Yeah, for sure.
so she can when she grows up, she'll be like, that her mom did it.
Like, dang, mom.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, dude. How did being a mom change the kind of student and the kind of nurse you became?
So the kind of student I would say I was just kind of the more motivation to, like, keep working,
Right.
keep just trying to put my best effort in my work. Um, but I for sure was, like, very timid as a student, which I feel like is not me. So I wasn't very out there. I didn't attend many of, like, the events that they have, so I didn't socialize as much, like, as most people would. Um So I think that's how I was as a student, and I think after I graduated, I kinda maybe did a little bit of healing, trying to, like, find myself again.
Well, one of the things that I kind of always ask is when you become a mom, you get a different perspective on the world and you get a different perspective on people in general.
I've always heard about that.
I have to. I mean, obviously we're not moms, so we don't know. I'm just talking from from what I hear.
I do want to say, like, I work in the dental field, and I know a coworker who, when she first started, and when we would do sedations, when like we used to work at pediatrics, like it wouldn't affect her seeing kids going to sleep. But when she became a mom, it was like the hardest thing for her now.
Oh, yeah.
And I imagine that's what it's like when you become a parent. You become more empathetic. I don't know if that's the word. Is that the word?
I don't. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying, but yeah, do you like?
Yeah.
Because you naturally are really empathetic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty empathetic
And
already.
like,
Do you feel more now that you're a mom?
Probably, and I feel like I even have, probably more patience, cause like, like,
Ooh.
growing, like, I just, like, how can I say it? Raising a child, and, like, it's just and then it's also, like, COVID year, so we're just spending time with each other, so just a lot more patience.
shout out to all moms. Like, I feel like we say this all the time, but truly, like, shout out to you guys.
See, the amount of patience you'll have.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, you're forced to.
Yeah.
I guess it's like there's no way.
To be a good mom, you got to be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And your kid reflects that. Like your kid is the reflection of your guys' patience.
So sweet.
She's the sweetest, guys. The sweetest. Well, since we're on family topic,
Yeah.
did you ever feel the pressure to succeed because of everything that your family sacrificed?
100% for sure, yeah.
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 Well, you've said before that it wasn't that your parents were the ones pressuring you, but was that like an outside pressure, or was that just like you knowing that they sacrificed all that, so that pressure you put on yourself?
I put on myself for sure, yeah. Yeah, like I said again, like, just my dad having, like, to leave school, and he came here, having to work. My mom leaving her job, like, a secretary, that's pretty you'd say not pretty I'd say not laborious, like, pretty,
Right.
I think not hard on the body, not hard
Mm-hmm.
just, like, yeah, just not hard physically, and then her having to come here and work a very laborious job.
Yes, she does.
And so I just feel, yeah, I felt the pressure to be like, well, I have to make their sacrifices worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel worth it?
Yes, like, in a way, yes. Obviously, where I work right now, it can be mentally taxing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So in those moments, I'm like, why did I choose this job? Why did I choose this career? But nursing is so versatile. So obviously, like I know I'm not stuck here, like stuck at this job.
Right.
So I can always venture out and
Yeah,
look for, and like just look at different kinds of jobs. So I
absolutely.
would say it is worth it.
Is there one cycle you're determined to break?
Um, Probably emotional vulnerability. I feel like my parents were they're pretty open. How can I explain this? Like they're pretty open, but I feel like more emotionally, we were just taught no. Like
Right.
if you're crying, even like not just with my parents, just in our general family, they're
Right.
don't cry, just you have no reason to just shush.
Yep.
And I think just like any kind of other emotion, um I feel like no, I feel like we're just taught a lot to just bottle it up, and I feel like that's not healthy. And I feel like it's good just to talk about it. Like I want to build that for
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
a great
yeah.
one.
That is a great one. It's really hard to
Yeah.
break that cycle, but it's the most important one, honestly. Like it's a make or break with your emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. With that being said, is there something that you like one value from your family that you do want to pass on to your family?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to choose one value, but I feel like okay, I guess maybe kind of that main one, just compassion. I feel like both my parents are very compassionate, very giving. Um, yeah. So I do, yeah, that's I think something I hold a value I hold very strong, and I wish to continue.
Sochi and I are witnesses to that compassion.
Yeah.
I truly I've I feel like I mean this 100%. I don't think I know a more compassionate and empathetic person than you.
Ever since we were little kids, I felt like Julie was always like super compassionate with like other people.
She was
And
a navigator.
I would be like, why?
Yeah.
I was the negative one out of us. You were like
Yeah.
happiness, and I was like, hey,
She was literally our mitigator. Sochi and I would be pulling our hairs out, and Julie would be like,
dude, yeah. Like the amount of times we swept, like we basically grew up together. Julie was our sister.
Yeah.
Julie was our
And Julie was definitely the one of like, guys, let's all be friends. I mean, Dawson like,
So definitely, I feel like that's a value that you've already proven to be passing on to your kid. And like I said, she's the incredible kid. So you guys are doing an amazing job. And I do want to point that out. And also just a message to all the first gens. It is really hard to put that pressure on ourselves. And it's not always necessarily that other people are putting the pressure on us. It's that we're putting that pressure on ourselves. And I don't want to say that that's a bad thing when there's balance. Because if you pressure, or if you push yourself to succeed, like you'll be successful. And I feel like we all know that those immigrants that are incredibly successful, and it's because they push themselves. But don't forget to take care of yourself too.
Also, yeah.
That is so important. You can't succeed if you're not, you can't truly succeed, in my opinion, if you're not taking care of yourself.
Because then there will be a crash eventually.
Exactly.
And so then you want to stay at a steady uphill.
yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing that you wish every first generation student knew before starting college?
The imposter syndrome. Like I never knew of that phrase. Like I never knew what it meant until I was in college. It's basically meaning like it can mean anything. It doesn't have to be in college, but it's like where you're somewhere and you feel like you're out of place. Like you feel like you don't belong. Like you're like you might look around and you might not see many people who look like you, or just maybe there is other people you see that kind of look like you, um or stuff like that, but you just feel like you don't belong. You're like, oh my god, what am I doing here? Like I like this doesn't,
It feels out of place.
yeah. And so I feel like maybe I felt that way, and then I heard that phrase, and I was like, oh, so it's not just me feeling this way. It's
Yeah.
like a lot of other people feeling that way. Um,
I guess I never thought about that. Like that's true. Like it's unknown territory.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Um, and so like I would like everyone to know, it's normal to feel that way, but you do belong. You do. the hard work. Um, you did the hard work to be there anywhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be college. It could be a certain job. It could be anything. You're doing the hard work to be there. You deserve to be there, and you will achieve what you would want.
Yeah. I love that too. I do have a question. Looking back, would you do anything differently?
I don't think so. I feel like it was God's way, and that's how it happened. And
Mm-hmm.
I learned it was just a probably not a unique experience, but different from others, and I still achieved my
Yeah.
goal, my
Yes,
dream.
you did.
So,
You did it. You did it, girl.
I did it.
Is there any resource for anybody watching this, any college resource, or not even like college specific, just a resource that maybe helped you and that you wish somebody had told you about sooner?
Mm, I feel like I'm kind of going back, like maybe finding like a program with first gens or just any kind of program where, it can be a club even, like just to kind of get you more involved. Or also, at least personally, I feel like I know about this because of the first gen program, but just about the scholarships, I feel like that helped a lot. Like if I didn't know, we could still apply to scholarships while in college. Like I thought the scholarships
Wow.
I got from high school
Mm-hmm.
and the FAFSA, like that's all I was gonna get. So then I was like,
Oh,
what
that's
am I gonna
awesome.
pay? Yeah,
Oh
like
wow.
what am I gonna pay for the rest of the years? But no, like there's still scholarships going on. I mean, and you have to see if you're eligible for certain ones.
Right.
But because I knew that, I applied to one of them and like they paid all of it. So I'm like thankful for that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, dude.
Yeah, so that's like something I'll forever be thankful for
That's so awesome,
that I got
dude.
that scholarship and I was able to not have to pay, not have any loans, not have any debts with college.
Shoot, that would push me too to keep going, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
That's so awesome.
I'm so incredibly proud of you. I'm so proud of you for pushing through and I know that having a kid, especially at that young of an age, is not easy, and you haven't even finished figuring yourself out, and you have all these other different opinions coming at you. And I'm so glad that you stood on your ground and you said, "No, this is what I want, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it with a kid."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
On my hip.
Exactly.
Ah.
Yes. All right. Well, we want to kind of finish this off. We have a fun little segment in here that Sochi's going to start us off with. You don't know about this, but we're going to go with it. Sister, do you want to introduce this next section?
Yes, I do. Rapid fire questions for Julie. Coffee or energy drinks during nursing school?
Energy drinks.
What kind?
Probably Alani, I think. That's my main one, yeah.
A certain flavor?
No, not off the top of my head.
Well, I love energy drinks. Okay. What is one song that reminds you of college?
Day and night. Kid Cudi.
Oh yeah. Study alone or with friends?
I studied alone more than with friends. But
Oh.
I studied alone more, but I would probably prefer with friends. I think it's nice to
Okay.
bounce off kind
Right.
of ideas and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
What is your dream nursing job?
Oh,
Oh.
actually, concierge nursing if they're nice. So it's kind of like where it's like rich people and you kind of cater to that. But if they're nice rich people, because they get paid good, and I feel like that'd be the dream life.
Ooh, I don't like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Mhm.
What was your GPA?
Probably 3 point something, 8, 9.
Not.
Yes.
Okay, last one. Your best college memory.
Oh, best college memory. Honestly, graduating. I feel like, yeah, it's like just walking the stage, having my family there.
All rooting for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that for sure.
Okay. Grab your tears, or your napkins, guys. There's gonna be some tears on this one. Okay, this is what we like to call the 60-second call. I saw this on another podcast and I was like, this is a great idea. The 60-second call. If you could call your 14-year-old self and only have 60 seconds to talk to her, what would you say?
Oh my God. Um, I'd probably tell her, oh god,
Take your time.
things get difficult. It's gonna feel really hard. You will feel alone, but just keep pushing.
Yeah, I like that. That's really good. That's a good phone call.
Yeah.
So we're a little emotional. um, the reason why is because our Julie's dad, our grandpa, passed away last year. Julie, final question. What would you say to your dad as of today?
I would just wanna hug him and thank him, 'cause he was a man, like, of little words. He was actions, you know? He showed he cared for you through actions, and I just would hug him tight and just thank him for all his hard work. You know, when you come into this world, you don't expect to have to leave school to start working, and he did all this, you know? And that's probably why he was the way he was, and that's the way I am, because he's just like, you know, always giving, 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 never expecting anything back, and I just wish I could give him something. Yeah.
I do want to say, like, as you guys have seen us before, what we mentioned in the videos, like, family is so important to us. It's nice knowing that Julie here had the support she had. She had the parents she had. It's what made her who she is. It's what made who her daughter is right now, and I think that's really awesome. And like we said in previous videos before, not many people have that. And we're definitely very, very grateful that we're in a position where we do have family and we do have support. And we hope for anyone who might not have that support can lean on us and we can give them that support. Because having family is it's pretty cool. It's pretty great.
Mm, yeah,
I could not have said that better. That was beautiful.
good.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, if you're in Greeley, if you need me to watch your baby, I'll watch your baby. As long as I'm not working, I'll watch that baby for you.
Yes.
Okay, so for our listener,
Mhm.
if there's a young mom who's listening right now, who's conflicted on going back to school or furthering her education, or if there's someone out there who maybe is grieving the loss of somebody that they love, what advice would you give them?
Um, I would tell them that they are strong. Um, they have those kid or little kids looking up to them, and they are like little sponges. So whatever you might not think they can feel, but they can feel when you're down.
Wow, yeah.
And stuff like that. So you just, you know, just trying to fill your cup, and it's okay. Like it can feel a little bit selfish to be like, oh, I need time by myself, or I want to go out with my friends, or I want to do this, just go out on my own to go just get a cup of coffee. Like it may feel selfish, or like go to the gym, but you shouldn't have to feel that way. Like you need to be the best mom you can be
Mhm.
for them, um so they can reflect that as well. um yeah, I feel like that's, yeah.
For sure. Moms are superheroes. You're a mom and a nurse, dude. That's like
It's crazy.
that's like superpowers. I don't know.
And for somebody who is maybe grieving the loss of somebody that they love.
That one's a little harder. I feel like I'm still not even fully well, like, having coped well from that.
I think that's the answer.
Yeah.
I think it's
You don't have to be okay.
you don't have to be okay. It's okay to still be crying. It's okay to still be grieving.
Yeah.
It can be take 20 years, and I think that's okay. I think that's what people need to realize. Like, you don't have to accept it right away, and you don't have to be okay right away.
Yeah.
I think your answer is correct.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. That was the truest answer. What is it that other people then can do to support somebody who's lost a loved one? Because like sometimes you just don't know what to say or what to do. Like what do you what do you think can be something simple, something easy that would help somebody who's grieving?
Um, I think number one, just being there. Like sometimes words don't even have to be said. I feel like you feel like this emptiness, and so just someone else being there is like the best they can do. Um, because I mean, nothing really is gonna bring your loved one back. So just feeling surrounded and supported. And I feel like even I'm gonna say like a little tidbit, like that's personal to me. So like I didn't go visit my dad's grave for a while. I feel like every single time, like I was just crying, bawling, crying. And Habib was like honest with me. He's like, it's because you need to go see him. Like you can't, um, because it would be like, of course, in the middle of the night when I would want to go. It's like you can't go like in the middle of the night. Like you have to go, like, good. And then when I finally did, like it was like during the day, and I went with Javi and with Jazz, and like we just sat there and I cried. And I think after that, like I coped a little bit, like just understanding,
For sure.
and basically accepting. Like I feel like I just did not want to accept it, and so sometimes, just trying to being honest. Like if you see kind of an unhealthy behavior, um, obviously like in a loving way, because some people can, if you try to be like honest and to be like, hey, maybe this is not the healthiest way. Some people can retaliate. So just knowing your person, knowing kind of how to approach them, to be like, maybe let's try something different.
Yeah. But it's nice that he took care of you. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Julie, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being our first guest.
My God, you should
our
so
first
scared.
guest.
We should go so honored.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your words of wisdom, for the words of encouragement, for just letting us in on how to be better support system and how others can be a better support system and how others can also push themselves to be successful and stand on their ground, that they can also do it.
No,
Thank you.
that you guys all belong.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the right path,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll all be worth it in the end. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if you have a friend who's been sitting on a dream, wondering if it's too late or if they're too far behind, please send them this episode with a lot of love. We want to hear from them. We want them to hear Julie's experience, and hopefully that'll spark something in a friend or a family member or a sibling. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for staying with us until the end of the season. Hopefully we'll be back for more. I don't know.
Well, yes.
More.
There's one person laughing. Yeah. This one's for you.
Estamos bien, I think. Podcast.